So this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, MikeKollin.com. Professional life coach, certified and trained, damn near 50 certifications or more. Certified in I'm a master therapist, master practitioner of timeline therapy, NLP trainer, Reiki, Huna, pranic healing, etc., etc. All right. So here's the deal. Okay. I'm kind of maybe more than you guys, but I think it has to do with my background in NLP. Something that we're trained in and how to study people and model them and pick up on what they're doing unconsciously, etc., etc. So I'm not going to go into detail, but that would take hours, probably a dozen hours to explain and break down and teach even the basics. So what I've been doing off and on with different people in different groups is going, oh, these are narcissists. Okay, so I literally will walk in to the call it the devil's den, so to speak, to practice stuff, to study, to research. And that's a lot of why a lot of my videos you're watching, like, well, how did you know that? How did you figure that? Well, I will purposely allow certain people in my space, narcissist I'm talking about, and so I can study them, so I can figure stuff out. And so one of the recent thing is, I wanted to know if on even if of a, how do I want to say this? I don't know if surface level is the right phrase. I'm going to use that for now until I can find a better way. But on a surface level, people that you don't live with, or you're not in a relationship with, you don't work with them, but you have an interaction with them consistently. I wanted to see if you can actually have a decent relationship with them on a part-time, partial, surface level way. No, you can't. They can't not. And I usually hate, I'm actually doing it on purpose, talking double negatives. But that's how you actually say this. They can't not, what's the word I'm looking for? They can't not use their negative techniques. It's because these are patterns that they've learned unconsciously or consciously, that they've developed, they practice, that, see, when they hurt someone, it gives them like a sugar rush, but it never will ever satiate them or leave them feeling content. It'll never be like, okay, now I'm done, now I feel better, I can move on in my life. It's just a quick sugar high. It goes away literally minutes later, and they have to do it again. And it's a very empty, it's literally kind of like doing drugs. It's kind of like doing sugar. You want it to make you feel better, and it does for a moment, and then it goes away about 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later, and you feel horrible again. All right? So the thing is, until people, this is why you need to learn and develop things that are more meaningful to you. Now I'm going off track here. I don't want to go off track, because when you do things that are meaningful, all of a sudden you feel good about life. You feel good about yourself, all right? So that's why it's important to find things that challenge you, that excite you, that motivate you, that inspire you, that give you a life that's worth living, okay? Narcissists don't do that. They're lazy. It's like it's not part of their vocabulary. It's not part of their mindset. They don't get that. So the only kind of relationships they have are relationships where they tear people down, and then those people cry and get upset and mad, and eventually those people, even their flying monkeys, will eventually leave. They can't take it anymore, right? Or eventually, one or more of the flying monkeys will revolt, and they'll be like, fuck you, I can't take your extended, they just call them on all their shit, and you do this and you do, and they're just like, they've had it. And then when they meet someone that, like you, that they want to, what they call it, hoover, like they get rid of you, but then they bring you back, is because they're like, wow, you were like the best energy I ever had, and you loved me, and you're kind to me, and blah, 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 and you're understanding, and they destroy it. They basically get rid of you and stuff, And then they keep wanting you back. So the sad part about a narcissist is, because they're not willing to let go of their techniques and their negative tactics, they just live these empty shell lives. They don't have any enriching people in their lives. And if they do, they blow it within months to 6 months to 9 months. And now they're back at ground zero again. They're just continually in this loop of being lost and frustrated and empty, and they hate themselves. And ultimately, that's what this is all about. They don't have self-love. And they try to do that to you. They try to destroy you. They want you to turn against yourselves. But you won't, maybe temporarily, but eventually you'll come back to loving yourself. You always do. And that's a fact. All right? So, I guess my, what's the word? Not discovery, but my little study that I did, the end result is that no, they won't. Okay, here's the other reason. Okay, this is the last one. The reason why you can't be friends with a narcissist is because they don't want to let go of all these tactics and tools and skills that they've developed over the years, because it's the only way that they can get any kind of a rush or high. Again, it's a quick sugar high. And they feel defenseless. God, yes, this is going to lead into something else. They feel defenseless. They feel helpless without them. Because, now here is the ultimate reason why you can't have any kind of even surface level relationship with a narcissist. They believe, okay, remember, the reptilian brain is the kill or be killed brain. It's the either or mentality. I know I say it's the left brain, but it really is communicated through the left brain, but it comes from that animalistic, it's like two lizards looking straight forward. There's only one bug, and I must kill you in order to get that bug, versus looking like, oh, there's 10 bugs to the right, there's 20 to the left, and there's 1,000 behind me, and there's 500 behind you. But they're too narrow vision. They can't see it, right? So here's what I'm trying to say. This either or, kill or be killed mentality means even when you come to them and you're sharing something wonderful, something peaceful, something kind, something good. Even when you're listening to them, when they're spouting off all their problems, when they view you as when you're sharing your stories, and especially if it's a good thing, like something good happened to you, they take it in a negative, like, oh, what are you saying? You're better? Oh, I got to bring him down. Or, oh my God, he makes more money than me. Or it could be anything. Because either you're happy or they're happy. Either you're rich or they're rich. Either you're making more money or they're making more money. You both can't make more money, not in their mind. You both can't be happy, not in their mind. So this either or mentality causes them to constantly view every interaction. Trust me, if you've ever wondered, why are they so mean to me? I was nice to them. I don't understand. Because in their eyes, from their perspective, every interaction that they have with a human being is a do or die competitive competition, and they have to win. And you're here trying to do something to them. Even if they don't know what it is, you're doing something, so they must destroy you. You starting to catch on? They have to win every argument. And you're like, but Mike, I wasn't arguing. But in their mind, they are, and they think you are too. Hell, I had an experience at a bike shop. I buy this product there. And this guy was like, hey, why don't you just buy a whole box so you don't have to keep coming back every 3 days or so? I'm like, nah, I'm not, I don't want it, because then I'll just eat all of them in and just waste of money. It'll make me sick, blah, blah, blah. No, let me see. And he's been trying to get me a deal for like a while and trying to get me to buy a box. And so he goes, here, let me look up and see how much you can save. So it turned out he couldn't have saved me anything, or hardly anything. Or I had to pay more. So I forget what it was. But as he was doing, it's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. And he was like, well, sorry, I can't really get you a deal. Let me look at it this way. I go, oh, that's okay. And I was agreeing with the guy. I literally said, you're right 2 or 3 times. And I said, okay, twice. And I said, yes, twice. And I think I said, I understand. And then he goes, you know what, buddy? Why don't you just give up while you're ahead? And I looked at him like, what the fuck? And I just grabbed my shit and I walked out. I never went back to that bike shop again. And here's the deal. That guy, even though I was agreeing with him and telling him, I would literally said, you're right. Multiple times, 2, maybe 3 times. He took it as I was disagreeing. That's what narcissists do. You're going to have to understand something. If you understand this one thing, you're going to be much better off trying to understand narcissists, which you really shouldn't in the first place. Every interaction, listen closely, every single interaction with a narcissist is a battle to the death to them. They must win, because if you win, then they lose. And that's the way they look at it. And also, it triggers a life-threatening panic, like they're about to die. This is why they have to win everything. God bless you guys. It's literally like a tiger fighting like another tiger or another deadly animal. They have to win or they're going to fucking die. But they're not. You're not even arguing. You're agreeing with them. but they can't see it because it goes through their filter of either or, do or die, kill or be killed. And that's the way they're going to receive everything from you. That's why you should just walk away. There's no negotiating with them. There's no discussing anything. There's no they're not rational beings at all. There's no rationalizing. There's no anything. There's no saying, hey, can we talk this out? They might say, yeah, sure, but they think you're trying to fucking get one over on them. They think you're trying to manipulate them when you're just trying to get along. There is no getting along with a narcissist. God bless you guys. Good luck. Go to my website, MikeKollin, MikeKollin.com. As I told you before, I'm a dating, relationship coach, communication coach, etc., etc. God bless you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video.